Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Dubs12. If y'all are new to my channel, I do video game playthroughs and I talk about the NFL. The last video that I did about talking about the NFL, I was talking about the Bears. Next time, I plan on talking about the Bengals with Madden. Hope y'all enjoy. If you like this type of content, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Hope y'all been having a good weekend. Mine's been good so far.
On your right. Watch your left. Behind you! Watch out!
Yeah, if you guys are following the NFL, I've been waiting to hear about Jerry Judy.
Watch your left!
What's going on there? Some people are gonna say, like, yeah, Jerry Judy's not gonna go to the Patriots. Sean Payton is lying through his teeth. I mean, he's saying that he's not gonna trade him away. But I mean, look.
Behind you! Watch out!
Who is it? Mike Vrabel, I think was his name. Yeah, Mike Vrabel. He said that, oh, I wouldn't trade away AJ Brown. I almost said AD. My bad. Thinking about the Lakers. Oh. Anyways. Vrabel trades away AJ Brown on draft day to the Eagles. What was it for? First round pick or something? What he traded him for? I'll look it up. But yeah, I knew that was like the biggest pile of BS. So we're gonna keep Cortland Sutton and Jerry Judy. Come on, Sean Payton. I doubt that. Okay. The Eagles traded their 18th pick in the first round and their 101st pick, which is, hang on, if it'll load. Okay. 101st pick. I think the hundreds is usually in the, like, either, I think it's like third or fourth round, because I don't think it's in the second. But anyways, getting back to it, I seriously doubt that the Broncos are going to have enough cap space to maintain both of those star players while having Russell Wilson ask for most of the cap space.
One left!
As I was saying, I think Derlin wrote down directions.
The dwarf has given us a map.
Sorta. You smell him? But it seems to lead to a mine beyond that mountain.
Ah.
Tyr! Derlin helped us anyway.
Not everyone uses axes and arrows to fight.
Ski off!
Like, I mean, for me, like, as a Patriots fan, look. Tom Brady left. Why? He didn't have the weapons he needed on offense. I mean, for so many years, he had, like, a top-tier defense. I want to say, like, every time he went to the Super Bowl. I know that could be, like, a broad statement. But at least the defense was always there to back him up. I mean, shoot, even when, like, there was a time he traded for Corey Dillon, and we got him, won a Super Bowl. Traded for Randy Moss, we went to 2 Super Bowls, lost them both. Even we had Welker, we still lost those 2 Super Bowls to the Giants, which, not a huge fan of that team. But I mean, I respect them a lot more than the Bills and Dolphins and other things. I mean, shoot, like, look, don't get me wrong. My favorite player that played on the Dolphins was Dan Marino. Do I think he should have won a Super Bowl? Yes, I'll give him that. He should have won a Super Bowl. Bills, Jim Kelly, I respect him. Let's see. Jets. I don't have a lot of players that I like from the past on the
Looks like it
Jets,
can take us up the
so
mountain.
I don't know a lot about
See a mine
them.
up there.
Ah, nothing quite like a dwarven train ride.
My non-favorite quarterback that was on the Patriots that isn't Tom Brady, Drew Bledsoe. Shoot, who else is there? Fran Tarkenton, he was on the Patriots, but he went to the Vikings.
We can take that train up the mountain when you're ready, brother.
Who else was there? Cam Newton. Superman. Let's see, who else was there? Plunkett, I think that was his name. He went to the Raiders, though. Mac Jones, definitely up there on my favorite quarterback. The non-Patriots, my favorite quarterback
Heimdall. There's a name
list
I don't miss
is...
hearing.
No one said it until you
sorry.
did, just now.
Derlin. He didn't need to say it, brother. It was written all over his face. Well, burned, I should say. Into his head.
He burned that into Derlin's head?
Failed rebellions tend to warrant swift and enduring retribution.
He is a captain of Odin.
Aye, and the bearer of Galahorn. True believer, that one. There are few things so dangerous in a man as lack of doubt.
Seems like we're here. Come on. This way. I can see another train. Let's look for a way to get over there. You know, maybe finding Tyr is our best protection. Seemed like Odin really didn't want us to find him. Once Tyr's free and can be God of War again, Odin won't have time to worry about us.
If that is his war to fight, he may have it.
So going back to non-Patriot quarterbacks, Lamar Jackson. Justin Herbert. I like Pat Mahomes because of his arm. Like mainly because like for Mahomes, here's the thing. Like he knows when to like go out of the pocket and like scramble around for a few yards outside of the pocket and then just throw deep. I mean, the dude athletically is mind-boggling. Like shoot, even when he lost to the Buccaneers, shoot, what was it like 3 years ago? No. That was just crazy how like he was throwing so many passes.
I think I see something.
Like while he was being tackled or in midair, I was like, wow. Herbert mainly because like he knows when to stay in the pocket and then throw the ball away. Like, don't get me wrong, he's got the what is it? He's got the like stature, meaning size and strength of a I want to say like Cam Newton-esque, but he's got the arm mobility and the football IQ to know when to like say, okay, look, I gotta just like let the ball go, or else I'm gonna get sacked and hit harder. I mean, I even like Herbert for his mentality too. It's like here's what I'll say, like his durability with his mentality. So Herbert, he had a broken rib
Whoa, is that a Trekkie?
and he still
What
played.
happened here?
Use caution.
I think it's dead. Yep, definitely dead. Hey, I wonder if...
Atreus!
Dale, watch out!
The other thing is, like, when Herbert's off the field, I like how he's just genuine. Like, he is who he is, not just, like, someone who's, like, letting the money get to him. You know? He's the same guy he was before he got all the money and was drafted. He is what he is. Who else? Lamar, cause I like how he's still humble. Hurts, same way.
Together! That one was tough.
Stay on your guard. There could be others around.
Alright, past
What
quarterbacks.
killed the first one we found?
If so, it was their aggression that got them both killed.
Past quarterbacks. Who are my favorite past quarterbacks? I'll say Flacco when he was like 10 years ago, maybe 11. Just because of his
Down there.
arm.
I can see a mine. That has to be what Derlin was talking about.
Tracks up on the left there. Might be another train we can take.
Father, what if a war with Odin isn't just Tyr's to fight? What if it's ours too?
War is not the only way.
Let's see, what else is there? Troy Aikman, John Elway, Michael Vick, Randall Cunningham. Who else is there? Ooh, Dante Culpepper. Who was that other quarterback for the Eagles? I forgot his name. He played with T.O. or Terrell Owens. I forgot his name. But, he went to the Super Bowl with T.O. and he beat him. Donovan McNabb. I didn't even have to look it up. Donovan McNabb. McNabb was good. Russell Wilson when he was in his prime. I like Peyton Manning when he was on the Colts. That's it. Who else did I like?
Looks like we have to get this one back on the track.
Tim Tebow, Ken Stabler. Shoot, who else is there?
Wow, this thing is small. Okay, we need to go left.
Favre when he was on the Packers. Rodgers
Wait,
when he was
I
in his
meant my
prime.
Keep going. We're so close. Just a little to the left.
What's his
Yeah,
there?
that's it.
Dang, I
Round
can't
two.
remember any of the
Here we go.
quarterbacks. Oh, so Joe Montana, Steve Young. Who else is there? Steve McNair,
Whenever
Vince
you're ready.
Young. Dang. If I remember any other ones, I'll let y'all know.
The Kraken hatchling gave you a stone.
Kraken. Oh, Diener. Yeah, it's covered in algae. I was thinking we could show it to Brock and Sindri when we got back. Here. Okay, so, we came here looking for Tyr because we don't trust Odin, right? If you think about it, war could... Uh-oh.
Forewarn y'all, here comes some bad words. Soon.
On your left! Right! Tell me when!
Atreus, look for a break to stop the train. Should be a lever of some sort.
Found it! The brake's stuck!
Keep trying, little brother.
Father!
Stop this train!
Dang, there's a lot of
I
enemies.
think it's about to...
No!
And it's into that word. For running backs,
Get up!
I'll say
Father! A troll?
Okay, for running backs, I'm gonna say Bo Jackson. Who else? Nathaniel Tomlinson from the Chargers.
That was crazy. All of it.
You said it, little brother.
Austin Eckler. Walter Payton. Who else is there? Shoot.
Behind you, brothers! Behind you, brother!
Back when I was a Ravens fan, Ray Rice, Jamal Lewis. No, Ray Rice before he did all the, before he did what he did. Obviously. Let's see what else is there. Leonard Fournette. Beast Mode. Who else is there? I'll put Saquon Barkley on there. Who else is there? Aaron Jones is pretty good.
This place is incredible.
I like Pacheco from Kansas City. Alright, for fantasy, back when I was playing, I'll say Tony Pollard. Cordero Patterson. He was my favorite too. Although he's more of like a dual threat, so you could put him at running back and receiver. Because the dude's 6'2". And he's got the strength. Don't know how long his legs will last, though. At running back. I mean, I hope he proves me wrong. Let's see. Tight ends. Gronkowski. Dennis Pitta. Let's see, who else is there? Ooh. You Chargers fans are going to love this one. Antonio Gates. He was one of my favorites. Kellen Winslow. I watched his... I think it was a Football Life for him. My stepdad, he's a Chargers fan. That's how I know of Kellen Winslow. For Steelers, okay, Heath Miller, but non-tight end, also Troy Polamalu. James Harrison, Rod Woodson, or Rob Woodson, I forgot his name, his first name, but I know it's like his first two letters start with an R-O. But, yeah, I'll say him. Who else is there? Shoot. Sorry, just trying to see what else is there before I move out of here. Let's see. Jimmy Graham when he was in his prime. Greg Olson. Brand new Manu Mariona. He was good too.
The whetstone of the Night Ripper. When resisting an occupation, sometimes the most obvious methods are the best.
It is old. No longer of use.
But enough about you. I'm talking about the whetstone.
Ooh, Mimir totally roasted Kratos on there. Ooh, Darren Waller. I like Darren Waller. Another running back that I liked. Let's see. For Cowboys fans, I know you're gonna love this one. Emmitt Smith. That one, he was pretty good. I liked him. Let's see, who else?
We never do seem to get rid of those things.
Dang, I'm forgetting so many things. Another receiver. It's like these are two receivers before. So actually three. Here's three. One, Wes Welker. That was my favorite receiver as a kid, besides Randy Moss. Let's see, who else is there? Jerry Rice, that's the other one. Okay. So, Randy Moss, Wes Welker, sorry, not Wes. Wes Welker. Jerry Rice, that's three. Julian Edelman. Doug Baldwin was a good one. Percy Harvin. Let's see.
Look out! Look out!
Definitely putting oh man, how could I forget his name? Hang on. Demarius Thomas is definitely another one. I liked AB before his concussion. He was pretty good. Let's see.
So, wipe the mouth you had on the train, lad.
It's just a word. I've heard way worse from
The word does not matter. You've lost control.
We were falling through the air. I thought we were gonna die.
Is that what you truly wish your last word to be?
No.
In moments of crisis, panic does nothing. Harness it. Let it serve you.
Let's see. Vincent Jackson from the Chargers. Jacoby Jones. That dude was fast. He got a lot of disrespect though when he was playing. I mean, I get it when a receiver muffs a. So, if you don't know what muff means, it's like when the guy that's catching the ball, in simpler terms, like the ball comes out of his hands and hits the ground, and it just bounces off. On the ground, I mean.
Jump! Look on the ground.
And I mean, he was
Tracks.
receiving.
These must lead into the mine. We'll need to get past this cargo.
And not so good threats. I mean, he was receiving bad threatening letters from Texans fans. So I'll say he's definitely one of them.
Hey, looks like you stopped the water flow on that trough. That's it. Let's head across.
Plus, I like how he beat the Broncos. I'm not a huge
Good bet. There's
fan
a
of
couple
when
more
Peyton
near
Manning
here.
was on the
Let's
Broncos.
find them, yeah?
Let's see. I liked Andrew Luck. That was the other one for quarterback though. And let's see, receivers. Dang. Forgot other Steeler quarterback. Not
Might
quarterbacks,
be able to
running
get up
backs.
there if
I
you help
forgot those receivers. I mean, there's like two other ones.
Great. I'll head across for a better look.
I'm forgetting some other ones, but yeah,
Father,
those are
there's
some
a gate
of
up
the.
here heading towards the entrance to the mine. If you can get up here, I'll need your help lifting it.
If
Ah, crap. That screwed it over. What a brazier. Or brazier. I forgot what it was. Okay. There we go. Kickers. My favorite kicker was Adam Vinatieri. Or Vinatieri, I don't know how y'all want to pronounce his name. Justin Tucker, that's another one. Youngway Koo is pretty good on the Falcons. Used to play for the Chargers too. Let's see. Linebackers. Teddy Bruschi.
Oh, come on. You can jump that. Your knees aren't that bad.
Atreus.
That was close. Try again. I hope you can make that jump. It's another one of those wooden troughs. Wonder how the dwarves thought of stuff like this.
Aye. Might be the great motivator of convenience. Why do the work when you can get the wet stuff to do it for you?
So Teddy
Sure hope
Bruschi.
Tyr's here.
Atreus, we seek information.
I know. Stop acting like I'm trying to start a war.
Yet you do not say otherwise.
Others? Maybe we can lay this to rest a bit, eh?
You lift on your side. I will lift on mine.
Heavier than I thought. Thanks. Let's keep moving.
Oops, wrong way. That won't.
Like we found
explode.
Durlin's mine entrance.
Got something else for you.
Sindri!
What is it?
Since you're currently lacking a light source, sorry, and have no way of seeing exactly what untold horrors lurk in the dark, these will help. Okay, back to your exploring now. Off with you.
Thanks, Sindri. Hey, wait, what do you mean by untold horrors?
Okay, Ray Lewis.
Look out!
Willie McGinnis, Junior Seau.
Watch out!
Mike Singletary.
Another drop to the left!
Fred Warner's pretty good.
Diapa!
I mean, I could go on with this is favorite players I like. So many of them.
That was close.
Luke Kuechly, that's another good one. Edge rush. I'll say. Oh, here's another linebacker. So Sean Merriman. There's another one. Bobby Wagner. If y'all didn't know, and
This is it. This is the mine.
you're Seahawks fans, he just signed a 1-year deal where
Look out!
it's $7 million. Or $7 million. That's US dollars.
Well, looks like the official entrance to the mine is blocked. But there's gotta be another way.
So for edge rush,
Maybe this
This
cave will
way.
get
it
us in.
was
Nice. Not a dead end. Come on, let's see where this goes. Ugh, these guys again?
J.J. Watt, Richard Seymour, Sapp, Trey Flowers, the Bosa
Where are they all
brothers.
coming from?
It certainly smells like we're headed into a mine.
I think I can hear the water too.
Slow down, Atreus. Take care. Be ready.
For D-tackle, I like the visible forward.
So, I think I found where those wretches were coming from.
They will overwhelm you quickly. Stay close.
Merlin Olsen was another good one. Deacon Jones.
Incoming!
I even know the reason why they named used the term sack because of Deacon Jones. He was crazy good at hitting the quarterback. I mean, not hitting, just like,
He's dead. Now to take
not
care of
just
the rest
hitting
of these
him,
things.
but like tackling the quarterback. He had so many numbers
That's all of them.
for tackling the quarterback.
The smell these things leave behind is so gross.
A small consequence for disturbing their home.
Let's keep moving.
Ooh, Howie Long, he was
Maybe we
good.
can ride this boat thing further into the mine. Worth a shot.
Howie Long, Chris Canty, Jonathan Casillas, but he was
I'm sorry. I know
linebacker.
you said not to, but I can't stop thinking about this. We spend all of our time fighting bad stuff. And I don't get why we can't do that alongside Tyr.
We do not know him.
We saw his shrines. He's a leader. He stood up to Odin when no one else would. If he's done it before, why wouldn't he do it again?
Images from long ago do not tell a whole story.
There's a door. Once we get off this, let's check there for Tyr. He's gotta be close. I can't help but feel like you're angry with me or something. Ever since we got to Svartalfheim, you've been critical of my every move. If you don't think I can lead us, just say so.
It is not your competence that is in question.
Okay? But what does that mean?
Consider your intent.
This place is huge. Must have taken ages to build. Another door. We'll have to check that one too.
Word's instructions do not say which one.
Nope, we're on our own here. Your question from before, about my intent. I intend to help the God of War stop Odin. And that means freeing him from whatever prison he's in right now.
Brace yourselves, friends,
Sindri?
and be careful exiting that thing. 1 foot at a time. There are loose, rusty nails everywhere.
Have you seen any signs of Tyr?
As if I would navigate this maze of running sewage. No. I'm sure you'll manage that on your own.
I don't know. The water looks pretty clear here.
Keyword, looks. At your service. Fire's actually a disinfectant, so these are very hygienic.
But on sticking to like the God of War, like topic, I say my favorite mythology is the Greek mythology. You might be wondering like why is that? So for example, now a lot of you are gonna say like, oh,
I'll
it's not
disinfect my
Hercules,
tools.
it's Heracles.
Poor souls, fighting the
And
Aesir
that
is
is
a
true.
thankless job,
It is Heracles
as you well
because
know.
I believe it was like before, I think it was before Rome conquered Greece. They called him hang on, no. Heracles is Roman, sorry. Hercules, is it? No. Heracles is Greek, sorry. I got it mixed up. My brain is all jumbled up. Hercules was Roman.
I am,
Cause-
as always, at your service.
Because Zeus is Jupiter, Mars is Aries,
Look,
Venus is
there's a door just
Aphrodite,
across this gap. Tyr could be right there.
Whoever
Pluto is
wrote this
Hades.
certainly had an eye for detail.
I forgot who the rest of them were in Roman,
Water flow's
Greek.
blocked.
But shoot. I mean, I just like the stories of the Greek mythology. I mean, like, shoot, you had Kratos, not Kratos. Kronos was the father of Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades. And he was the father of a bunch of other gods too, but
Sounds like you got the water moving along, brother. What next?
but the problem was that Kronos ate them all.
That worked. Let's get to the door. Come on.
And what was like Zeus's mother hid him from
Tyr?
Well, I certainly don't think this is where Tyr currently is.
He's got to be here somewhere. His mind is huge.
Atreus, what do you intend to stop Odin from doing? You speak as if you know his plan.
I don't know his plan. That's why we're...
Brothers, with Fimbulwinter underway and Ragnarok around the corner, Odin will be desperate. Whatever he's planning to do surely won't be to the benefit of anyone but himself.
Exactly.
So Zeus was being raised up from a kid, then he kills his dad, rescues all the other gods, eventually becomes the father of all the Greek pantheon.
Across the way, there's another door. Maybe that's the one.
I like my favorite hero in the Greek pantheon is definitely Heracles, because like what was it? Like, he went through like 12 trials just because like Hera didn't like him. That was one of the things. It also depends on who the author is. Like, some of them will say, oh, Heracles went through the 12 trials because, one, he killed his own family, or he aimed an arrow into the sun and
did you
it
see
shot
that
into
over
the
there?
sun. I mean, that's what some people will say.
There's a broken door up to the left behind this crane. Maybe Tyr tried to escape. We should look.
Outstanding! That overflowing water is powering the train. Clever.
Yeah, doesn't look like we can power the lift from this side.
Hang on. Oh, wrong way. I go back to this way again. And mainly because of the like 12 labors
Up this
that he
way.
went through.
We might be able to get closer to the
That was
elevator
one
wheel.
of the reasons. Now there was also the show from the 90s with Kevin Sorbo. That was my favorite. Of course, they used Hercules because it was easier to pronounce. At least that's the reason why I think they did what they did.
There we go.
I mean, if I'm wrong,
I think that
let
should
me
keep
know.
the lift fully powered
Write
up.
it down in
We're
the
almost there.
comments. Look like the link from this. Well, the source and the link. That way I can like read it. But that's just based off of common knowledge for business, is what I was saying. I think they used Hercules as opposed to Heracles. I mean, that's another reason why I think the Disney did it, because it was easier to pronounce.
That's it. Come on. Let's take that lift up. Tyr can't be far. Okay, new exercise. Let's think about how Tyr's probably feeling locked up in his mind. If I were imprisoned by Odin and finally freed, Odin would obviously be at the top of my list. But I would just want to fight something. Anything. Even if it was just to know I still could. Tyr? Whoa, what happened here?
Like, I know a bunch of Greek
Let's on the left.
mythology stories. The other one was Icarus when he flew too close to the sun. Artemis on the hunt.
They certainly weren't Tyr. Best look around.
This dwarf didn't make it out.
Minotaur. Perseus. I know Odysseus. I know Achilles. I don't know too much about.
Is that a relic? Huh.
I think Theseus was the one that went up against the Minotaur. But yeah, I know a lot more about the Greek mythology than I do the Roman or Norse mythology. Believe I know Persephone was the wife of Hades. I think she was also like the daughter of dang, I forgot her Greek name, but I know she was like the goddess of like nature. I forgot who it was. Shows you how long it's been since I read about that. Let's see, who else was there? I know Hephaestus is the god of the forge. What else is there? Dang. I forgot who the sun god was. Let's see. I know about Orion. I mean, I learned some of my stuff from reading Rick Riordan's books. The Lightning series. That was some of it, but not all of it. Basing all my stuff on. Some of it was just like from what I learned as a kid. Besides just reading those books. Some movies. And books. Besides the reading books.
I feel a breeze. We might be able to get out of here this way. Another empty vault.
Little brother, perhaps it's time
No,
we...
don't even say it. We're gonna find him. Look, another door on the other side of the cavern. Let's go. Up there. The path keeps going. We'll just have to get across. That worked.
Do you believe we're above where we got off the boat by Sindri? This mine is one enormous spiral.
Like I know some of the Norse mythology from the MCU. And yes, I know that's not the same. Because when I was watching the
The chain is blocked.
Should be clear now.
it was the trailer for God of War Ragnarok.
Ready when you are.
Not the trailer, but like when the executive producers and all that, or all them were talking about the Norse mythology. One of the Norse experts, he said that Thor was actually fat or heavy. Loki is the god of mischief. That was for certain. I mean, like the MCU, they got it mostly correct with the fact that Thor was bloodthirsty.
I think I can hear something in there.
Everything else with that, and the frost giants killed them.
A statue.
With the
Not
MCU,
just
I
any
mean.
statue. That stony visage hung over the entrance to the World Mill, built by Durin the Generous. Another Draugr hole, brother.
Let's see, I know about Odin. Valkyries.
But you probably already know that.
I'm not sure about Sif, to be honest.
Aye, we fought it at the other Draugr hole, didn't we? Odd.
That's not what I was ready for. Another dead end. Where could he be?
Atreus, This mine is largely abandoned. It is unlikely.
Here's here. I know it. Derlin's direction stopped at the entrance to the mine. We just have to keep searching until we find him. You said you'd follow my lead, and I say we keep looking. So knock it off.
Watch yourself. I will follow, but I state what I see. You do not agree with me, but you will not speak to me this way. Are we clear?
Sir.
Oh, hang. Let me check something real quick. Hang on. Nope. I was right before. My bad, guys.
One more door. That one has to be it.
We will see.
Seems like we'll have to get to it first.
Climb across. Look for another way.
I think I see a crank over here.
Atreus, another mental exercise. Would one who spends their life fighting, such as Tyr, have any desire to prove themselves? The proof leaves a wake of destruction.
But if the wake of destruction is a bunch of bad guys, why does that matter? You're strong, and you did the right thing.
War does not measure the strength of a man. I hope one day you understand.
Alright, so you guys, how to solve this puzzle is you just throw the axe right there in the middle, and Atreus will
Okay, it looks like this
open up
machine
the
is dropping
block.
ore into the water trough.
Sorry,
It's frozen.
monotrough.
The ore's jammed and it's making the water overflow.
You gotta try that again.
Yo,
But you want it to be right over there. Have those little like rocks with the Sonic.
gotta be it.
Material right there, so that way you can retrieve your axe, go right here, and do the same thing with your axe. So that way you can do this and get over there.
We're almost there.
The reason why I bring that up is because I'd forgotten that since I had finished the game all by myself, so that's
Maybe
why I
there's a way
brought
to
that
stop
up.
we're moving again.
Then you just destroy that over there.
Hey, we did it.
Get
I'll
over
meet you
here.
at the door.
And get the
This will
wait.
be it.
But yeah,
We
I
still have
totally
to go back
forgot
and check
about
out that last
part.
door, right?
I'll tell the ground to be still. This looks familiar. We're back in the spiral section of the mine.
Damn it!
Did you hear that, brothers? I don't think we're alone.
Ears open. Eyes up.
It came from over
Yeah, I
here.
think that's...
There's a passage leading out.
Yeah, what Kratos just said, ears open, eyes up, that's probably gotta be one of my favorite quotes he said. For this part, though, I'm gonna call it a night. I will be recording another episode, so that way we can continue the story to rescue Tyr. See y'all in the next part, in part 5. Love y'all. Peace.